The design of the smokeless powder repeating Mauser rifles evolved a lot between the 1889 and 1898 models. As part of that evolution, the stripper clips changed as well. There are 3 main types of clips. Which one is right for your rifle? But first, what is a stripper clip? It's a piece of stamped sheet metal bent in a way to hold the rims of cartridges together. Most of them fit 5 rounds and are used to keep the rounds together in order to be charged into the rifle's internal box magazine. The rounds are stripped off the clip, hence the name. From there, the clip is discarded if you're at war, or picked up if you're using them at the range today. Let's discuss the cartridges that Mauser rifles are chambered in. The German-developed cartridges, 7.65x53, 7x57, 8x57, the Japanese 7.7x58, and the American 30-06, all of these have roughly the same rim diameter at 12 millimeters. Only the Swedish 6.5x55 has a larger rim diameter at 12.2 millimeters. Nevertheless, all of these cartridges are considered interchangeable when it comes to fitting them on stripper clips. An 8mm Mauser can fit on all 3 types of clips, and so can a 6.5 Swedish. Though it's a bit tighter, the tolerances allow it to fit. Onto the rifles, let's take a look at the 1889, the model that introduced the concept of the stripper clip to the world's militaries. Here I have an Argentine Model 1891 cavalry carbine, which has the 89 action. Other models are the 1889 Belgian and the 1890 Ottoman. The stripper clip guide is simply a rectangular cutout on the rear receiver bridge. There's an arm extending upwards from the bolt release lever. This serves to put tension on the stripper clip to hold it in place while charging the magazine, but it doesn't hold it very securely. Next up is the Model 1893. This is the Swedish M94. The other models are the Spanish 1893, Brazilian 1894, and Chilean 1895. On this model, the bolt release doesn't have the arm extending upwards, and the stripper clip guide has notches. From this angle it looks like a backwards C. The clips themselves have these bumps on the sides. They fit into the notches to prevent the clip from being over-inserted. The notches also help to prevent the clip from being tilted down as rounds are inserted into the action. And this design holds the clips much more securely. Last is probably the most famous of the Mauser rifles, the Mauser Model 98. This is a German Kar 98 AZ. The other models are the K98K and Gewehr 98 and the Czech and Yugo Mausers. The stripper clip guides have the notches as before, but the opening is much narrower. As a result, the clips themselves are thinner, the same thickness as the original 89 clips. The 98 clips have a third bump on the side. As far as I know, that's only to differentiate them from the 93 clips with the 2 bumps, but doesn't serve a real purpose. But wait, this doesn't mean that all rifles with the Model 98 action use these clips. Here is a Brazilian 1908. Remember when I ran down the list of models, I mentioned a Brazilian 1894 that used the Model 93 style clips? Because the Brazilians already had these clips in inventory, they ordered their new Model 1908 rifles to fit their old clips. The Chilean 1912, Spanish 1943, and other Mauser 98 based actions use these 93 style clips. I don't have one in front of me, but the Argentine 1909 is a Mauser 98 action that uses the earlier 89 style clips just like their Model 1891 rifles. The Ottomans and later the Turks used the 89 style clips in their original 1890 rifles, but later switched to the German-style 98 clips during World War I. What about Mauser 98 actions that aren't Mausers? This is a Springfield 1903. They use their own style of clips, more on that later, but they can also use the 93 style clips. The same is true for the Model 1917 Enfield and Japanese Arasakas. To summarize which clip goes with which model rifles, the easiest way is to look at the side of the clips and the number of bumps there. The clips without bumps on the side work with the model 1889. The clips with 2 bumps on the side work with the model 93 to 96 Mausers. They also work with Arisakas and US model 1903 Springfields and 1917 Enfields, and some South American Mauser 98s as well. The clips with 3 bumps on the side are thinner and work with German model 98 Mausers, as well as Czech and Yugos, and some Turkish. Now let's take a deeper dive into the stripper clip subtypes. The first style of clip, the 89 without the bumps, are most often encountered as Argentine surplus, and there's 2 types. The early type is squared off, while the later style has rounded edges similar to most other clips. The 93 clips can be found in steel like the Swedish clip, or they can be found in brass, or a combination like this one. I believe the T is for Toledo. The German 98 clips come in 3 varieties. There's a one piece, where there's a U cutout on either end that's bent upwards. The 2-piece like the 89 and 93 clips, and the 3-piece that has a spring in between the body and this piece that's a cover. The 3-piece can be found in steel or brass. I believe the steel is Romanian and the brass is Turkish. Let's see if we can pull one of these apart. I'll bend the tab just a little bit and slide it out. There's the spring inside, shaped like a shallow W. And there's the 3 pieces. Good thing I took this one apart because it needs to be cleaned. Like I said earlier, the Springfield 1903 uses its own style of clip, and these have these little tabs on each end, but there's a late style that doesn't have them, probably because they easily broke off. And that's it for my overview of Mauser stripper clips. Hopefully you learned something. If there's anything I missed, drop it in the comment section down below. Thanks for watching.